Hey guys, Brian Grossman here with the National Deer Association, out here on one of my favorite tracks of public land, doing a last-minute trail camera check here before the upcoming deer season. Now, I know a lot of y'all are probably thinking, man, you gotta be crazy running trail cameras on public land. But the fact is, I haven't had any more issues running trail cameras on public land than I have on some private land. But there are a few steps that I take to kind of help ensure that my cameras stay safe and don't disappear on me. And I'm gonna talk about those here in just a second. First step to keeping these trail cameras safe on public land is getting off the beaten path. I'm not gonna go out there and hang one of these on a food plot, 200 yards from the parking access. That's a recipe for getting your camera stolen. I try to make sure I'm well off the beaten path. It's not anything to be a half mile, a mile from any kind of access, and not right on a main trail in most cases. Now, in this case, I am on a fire break here, but I'm a long ways from the parking access, and then I take a couple additional steps to keep them safe, since it is potentially a place where somebody could walk past it. All right, the second thing I do is I hang them high, and this is probably the most important thing on keeping these cameras safe on public land. Now, I prefer to hang a trail camera down 3 or 4 feet off the ground, at eye level to the deer. That gives you better pictures, better reach with the sensors. But in order to keep these safe, you have to make a little sacrifice, and I hang them up here about 10 feet or so. Now, no, I don't have a safety harness on, but my feet are only 3 or 4 feet off the ground. And like I said, that lets me get them about 10 feet off the ground, kind of up out of that line of sight for just the average person walking by. They may still see it, but they're gonna have to work a little harder to steal it. They're either gonna have to make 2 trips or figure out a way to climb this tree, shimmy up this tree or something. It's not gonna prevent 100% from them getting stolen, but they're gonna have to work a little harder for it. And I think it's probably one of the biggest steps that I take to keep them safe. And it's helped keep me from having to deal with a stolen trail camera to this point. All right, guys, if you've gotten off the beaten path, you've hung your cameras high, the third thing you can do to keep them protected is put a Python cable lock on them. Now, I'll be honest, I don't use these a whole lot anymore because I feel pretty secure in the locations I'm putting these in, but it's certainly an option, particularly if you're using a more expensive camera, maybe a cell camera or something that you really don't want to walk off on you. Then, hey, you can have that extra level of security by adding one of these Python cable locks, just putting it around the tree and cinching it through there, and that's going to keep it safer than it already is. So option number 3 here. All right, so number 1, get off the beaten path. Number 2, hang those cameras up high, out of line of sight of people that are going to be walking by. Number 3, if you're still concerned at that point, hey, throw a Python cable lock on it. Again, it doesn't make it theft proof, but it's going to make them have to work a lot harder to steal your camera. And then 4, just to give yourself a little bit better sleep at night, hey, use a cheaper camera. Use a camera that's only going to cost you 50, 60 bucks. There's even cheaper options out there than that, and you won't be so worried. It's still going to make you mad, I can guarantee it, if one of them disappears, but not as bad as if it's a $200 or $400 camera. So use those tips to run trail cameras safe on public land. Knock on wood, I have not lost a trail camera in probably 10 years of running them on public land. Have lost an SD card once, but that's not a bad record for 10 years of running trail cameras on public land. But guys, for more great deer hunting and deer management information, be sure to check out our website at deerassociation.com. And hey, be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you'll never miss another one of our videos.